about time to start picks and bans. Alright. So BVU gonna start off with the Jin ban, as we've seen many times before. Concordia gonna go ahead with an Amumu ban. Tark ban for Concordia, Yone, and a Vi ban for BVU. Mordekaiser banned for Concordia, as BVU will have first pick. BVU gonna go ahead and hover the Victor. And they will lock that in. We'll see what Concordia picks for their next two. In response to the Victor. So with the Victor pick, definitely being looking for that. And Concordia is just going to pick up the Wukong. As we've seen, Somebody Help Please definitely do very well with Wukong before. So Concordia definitely having confidence to pick that. And they will take the Caitlyn pick as well. There's definitely a lot of opportunities here for some different picks. We're gonna see the Warwick get picked by BVU in response to the Wukong, I'm assuming. We'll see what they end up picking here. Could be in response to the Caitlyn, or they're just gonna go ahead and pick a Lulu. So we could see a Sivir. Concordia is just gonna go ahead and pick up a Lux. So we got the Caitlyn Lux bot lane. A very good combo in the bot lane. Concordia gonna ban the Mundo out. We'll see what BVU bans out, as Concordia is down to their top and mid laners. So we're definitely gonna see some mid laners here. Possibly a top laner. We're gonna lock in the Yasuo ban. Concordia is looking for top and bot lane bans. So like banning a Sivir here would be kind of nice, since Sivir Lulu works really well. Also Zeri Lulu works very well. They're gonna go ahead and ban the Shen. Probably a smart idea with Shen ult. And BVU is gonna go ahead and ban the Camille, I'm assuming. Yeah, they will. So we'll see what Concordia pulls out for top or mid lane. They're gonna pull a Sejuani top lane, I'm assuming. I'm assuming that's Sejuani top. I mean, you could play Wukong top, but that's unlikely. And BVU is going to lock in an Urgot, which is definitely going to be an interesting top matchup. Two tanks with an Urgot being one of them. And then, as I said earlier, we're gonna see a Twitch come out. I don't know how that works together. Usually you see a Twitch or Zeri Lulu or Sivir Lulu. We'll see what Concordia pulls out for the mid lane. Going up against Victor. Gonna pull out the Azir. So it's definitely I don't know. So Sejuani top. Concordia's got a tank too. They got a tank, they got damage, they've got the scaling. It's gonna be 2 tanks versus 1 tank, so we'll see how this goes. As we enter into the game with picks and bans just going on through, it'll definitely be an interesting matchup since we've got an Urgot top for BVU. Bot lane is definitely going to be interesting with the Caitlyn Lux. They'll have a lot of poke with that, and Twitch has some poke, but I think Caitlyn Lux does outpoke the Twitch Lulu. The Urgot top, I feel like the bug will have to play a little bit safe, as feeding an Urgot would definitely be a very bad thing in this game. Especially feeding a Warwick too would also be a bad thing, which I think somebody help please will be able to take care of that. And in the mid lane, I think Concordia's got it under control. With Horrorwood, but you never know how things are going to go.
Alrighty. We are getting ready to get things kicked off here with our first game of the evening. Concordia University up against BVU, or Buena Vista University. I am, of course, joined in the cast tonight by Josh the Iron Prater. And we're going to get things kicked off here rather quickly. We got through picks and bans, and now it is time for some League of Legends to be played. Josh, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right, that doesn't sound. I think you need a kickstart or something to get you started.
Maybe I just need a really spicy game to warm me up.
Well, I think that you will be in luck for that, because this one's looking kind of spicy, if I do say so myself. From picks and bans, we're going to have Concordia University rocking the Sejuani, Wukong, Azir, Caitlyn, and Lux in the bot lane. And on the opposing side, Urgot, Warwick, Victor, Twitch, and Lulu being played by Buena Vista. As we get ready for the spectator delay, Josh, any early thoughts here as we get hopping into this one?
Interesting to see the Sejuani in the top lane. Not necessarily a common pick for your top lane, but also Still pretty strong in her own right. She's got decent wave clear CC in her package. Works well with the Wukong, being able to double stack that passive of hers for more CC. So could work out. Urgot probably won't care about it too much. Urgot tends to build anti armor, and he's got percent health damage in his kit, so kind of a tank buster. So may end up that he ends up split pushing, and the Sejuani's more looking for team fights, but we'll just see how that plays out. Warwick, definitely a very strong early game champion, being able to have all that mobility, all that extra speed moving around the map, being able to capitalize very well on any lanes that are sort of dominating early. Don't really know who wins out between Victor and Azir. I would assume Azir, just because the soldiers would potentially allow Azir to get a little more poke off on Victor. I think the Kate Lux is pretty even against the Twitch Lulu with the protection that the Lulu offers the Twitch. But I do think that if Twitch Lulu are able to dodge out some of that harassment from the Lux, Twitch Lulu post level 6, I think definitely have a stronger all in, especially once they get a couple items. You know, the Blade of the Ruin King, get the Rune's Hurricane up and online, things like that. So, both teams have decent scaling though, so I really think it's gonna be an interesting game to watch play out.
Yeah, I agree with that, and it really is going to come down to, I think you sort of hit on it a little bit, but I am going to ask you this question. There's not really a lot of tank coming from the side of BVU. Yeah, Warwick's going to get a little tanky. Urgot's going to get big, like size-wise, but not as much. Like, he's not going to have that real true frontline aspect to him. He's still going to want to fight back. Where on the Concordia side, the poke potential is kind of ridiculous. So I'm really feeling that if Concordia can kind of poke out BVU in some of these earlier engages, they have a really good opportunity to kind of run the rift early. And as long as BVU can kind of shut down the Sejuani and shut down the Wukong whenever he has to dive in, they might have more of a chance of kind of, you know, getting through it and allowing that Twitch to come online and shred what would be a pretty soft underbelly for the Concordia squad in the Caitlyn, the Lux, and Azir. But I honestly think that Concordia, if they play it out right, they've got a nice front line and pretty good dive capability with the Wukong, as well as really good lockdown with Sejuani, of course. So it could be kind of interesting to see how BVU plans to get into the backline. The Twitch obviously being able to kind of, you know, stealth around and find a good like entry might be a really big key thing for them on the side of BVU. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think this one's gonna be. When you were saying you need a spicy game to wake you up, I literally kind of looked at the comps and went, "Gosh, this is gonna be a bit of a bloodbath." I feel like. And if it's not, I'll be a little disappointed because it's like, everybody's just trying to play really safe, you know, and not lose this. But it's game one of the series, so it's definitely the first one where both teams kind of feel each other out and put it all on the line to get started. And that Azir skin and the a bit like his is that his dance? I don't even know what it is. That's just hilarious. He's just like pecking around like a little chicken, and he's like, yes. Yes, I am the king of the son of a gun. What's the name of that region? Frickin', I don't even know.
Region? What region are we talking?
Where is he from?
Shurima.
And of course I don't have this is gonna be early. I don't have opened up, by the way, the game, so I'm sorry people who are watching on the stream. I gotta get it flipped over because it's really dumb right now. There we go. Now it's up on stream. Good golly. If you didn't catch it or didn't hear us go, whoa, like, the Twitch actually started and went straight mid. And initially they were going to try and get a pick onto Horrorwood. Now he was able to get himself out pretty safely. However, you know, with him there, it looks like he's not missing out too much on bot lane farm. Will miss out a little bit, I think, on the leveling. But nonetheless, kind of an interesting start play there. But doesn't burn anything from Horwood. He's still going to be pretty healthy, but very cheeky early game start by BVU. Spicy already, right? It's the spicy meatball. This is a spicy meatball.
I was expecting a lot of action out of this comp because Warwick's definitely one of those early game champions that you take advantage of his power early because he tends to fall off fairly heavily later. But the Twitch going mid was very interesting, and I'm surprised that CUNE didn't try to punish that more. Not necessarily from Horwood himself, but rather from Gringonzo and Boogie Woogie, just kind of letting him come back into lane and not really trying to hard push the lane or shove it up under the turret or anything where they can, because that's where Caitlyn and Lux really like to sit, right? They push you under your turret, and then they have these long range spells that they can just throw at you and poke you down with. And yeah, the Lulu offers some protection, but between two sources of pretty decent poke, you know, you're gonna that shield's not gonna be enough, I don't think. So, but they just kind of let the Twitch come back down and walk into lane with no harassment.
Well, he is
literally
down CS, and that does count, you know, quite a bit here early.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree, they didn't really punish it. He kind of just walked down. I mean, he walked down safely. I think they got the early level 2, so they're feeling okay about that. Now we're gonna have a gank top. Somebody help, please, comes up. First blood, as my voice crack will give away that I was kind of excited about that situation. Concordia able to take first blood in the top lane.
Definitely excited to see that. Was a little worried watching the Urgot trade into the Sejuani there early. Kind of just playing out how I expect Sejuani as a close-in champion, and Urgot's like, hey, I love you being in close range. Makes my killing you all the easier. But getting a little overexcited there and overcommitting, and just makes it an easy cleanup for somebody help, please. The Twitch back.
The Twitch is back mid and gets kind of punished for that. I mean, he'll be safe because the jungler is there. He is losing out on CS pretty heavily at this point now. 31-13, the wave is frozen for CUNE, which is actually a nice position for it to be in because here comes the Wukong, or excuse me, here comes the jungler from BVU, and that means that Concordia hasn't pushed up, which means they're actually pretty safe. Not only that, he's just low.
Look at his health from that.
Yeah.
From that whatever he tried to do.
I can't even call it a gank. It was just kind of a, hello, I'm here. I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah, I think they're trying really hard to push this into the Azir so that maybe Victor can back, but like there's so much issue I take with that because Azir, it doesn't really matter now because both mana bars are empty, but Azir now has the level advantage from that XP that the Twitch soaked up. So, you know, now the Victor is going to be fighting into his opposing champ that is he's going to be down a level. And it's like, so you've taken experience twice. You're now down a level. You're down CS.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, I think that right now, when you are a Twitch playing into a Caitlyn, and I play a lot of Caitlyn, Caitlyn struggles in that matchup sometimes. There's a lot, Caitlyn struggles into things that have a lot of, like, big, thick damage. And the Twitch definitely has that. Now, there's a nice engage here from BVU. A good flash forward, but, I mean, that's flash out of the Twitch, and now they're going to put Caitlyn and Lux pinned under their turret. And Caitlyn does struggle into things with high damage output, kind of in the burst category. So the Twitch kind of wins that, depending on how well he plays it out situation. But right now, Caitlyn is far enough ahead in CS that she's kind of going to get past the point where she cares with items. You know, once she gets her first item, more than likely in this case, not going to go for the tank busting item, probably going to go for Gale Force, I would assume. But, you know, once you get Gale Force online, then you just dodge out of the way, because that's what Twitch does. He shows up, goes surprise, puts his damage down. But if you have Gale Force and the net, and you're a Caitlyn, that's all you do, and you're out of that situation. So, you know, really wondering now what they're up to. Now, Concordia on the other side really needs to be taking advantage of this, and getting all the damage down, and unfortunately there was a really good burst of action, and El Gringazo goes down. Like I said there, he sneaks up on you, he gets in range, Caitlyn outranges everybody, but if you don't see him, you can't outrange him, right? So that's kind of where she falters in that matchup. So that's the best example of what I'm talking about, was that little attack right there he did. And yeah, he's gonna keep doing that, and if the Caitlyn gets online, he won't be able to do that for much longer. But
yeah, definitely, but oh, go ahead.
No, you know, so right now everything in the game is kind of even. Ooh, Horrorwood with the engage there, but he does get the flash out of I'm guessing it's Discount Nox, like Discount Noxus, but Viscount Nox, so he gets the flash out of the Victor, and that should be pretty big for a Wukong to probably come that direction here pretty soon.
Yeah, definitely. It was good that Twitch picked up that kill for BVU, because he is behind in such a manner that you need that gold from somewhere. He's getting close to 6, and so he'll have more damage potential from the both there. But gank coming in bot.
Yeah, really nice gank here. El Gringazo gets that kill, which is also just great for Concordia at the moment. Really well done. Somebody help, please. Finds the kill. Not only that, the pressure mid is in Concordia's favor. So what does that mean? Probably going to see our first Drake going over to CUNE.
Yeah, and I was very interested, obviously, seeing Twitch. I was partially wondering, you know, maybe their battle strategy is like they're going to try and...
Oh,
ooh,
that is such a beautiful,
cancel.
beautiful interaction there. The ultimate canceled by the Q. And yeah, no, sorry, go on. That was a beautiful moment to watch there.
Yeah, I was wondering if BVU was maybe gonna try and put their eggs in the top lane Urgot basket. The Urgot,
but the Urgot basket is gonna be coming up a little empty here, as Shuri gets the pop off, but he took what, 2 turret shots because he misplaced that the bug over his shoulder. And because of 2 turret shots, we're going to see that situation turning out a little rough. And that's a really good ultimate from the Lulu, saving the Twitch's life there. As the action is starting to slowly unfold, and across the rift right now, it is going to get bloody.
Yeah, apparently the Urgot basket was made out of wax, and they just left it in the sauna a little bit too long, and you know, it's now melted. So,
but wait a minute, she's Ice Queen. Wait,
in the sauna, not the Shiva.
In the sauna, and not the Shyvana. Oh, anyways, we got somebody help, please, here with a mid lane gank, and he'll pop ultimate yet again, as Viscount Nox will find his way out of here. I don't know why I want to say that with that accent, but either way, Concordia now looking for an opportunity here, as bot lane is pushing in really hard. And things will kind of go back to normal just for a little bit. Chaotic Thunder is down here, going to pop that. But Concordia is staying back under their turret. In fact, they're backing, so it's not going to be any sort of fight coming through from here. Meanwhile, mid lane with Horrorwood, he is behind in CS in this lane, but it definitely doesn't quite feel like he is. He's doing a pretty good job pressuring all around. Now bot lane, they will be getting a little bit of this turret gold because nobody's around to defend it, but the Caitlyn is feeling pretty good about this situation so far. And Chaotic Thunder actually trying to hide down here. This is really cheeky, except for the fact he's on the ward, so that's a bit unfortunate for BVU, thinking they could sneak through. Somebody help, please. Will show himself to take out that ward, and if all goes well, junglers will reset. We will see an engage here. The bug is going to throw down the stun. Nice damage, and that's actually huge. Do they get the kill? They do. Mr. Boogie Woogie will pick that up, so maybe not the best situation. However, the Twitch being dead is always a good story for CUNE.
Yeah, definitely not the worst to get it on the Lex. Lex is still going to be doing enough damage that she'll be happy for the extra gold. And then having the Twitch dead in general just means that he's not getting farm, he's not getting experience, getting put a little bit further behind. All that being said, BVU isn't like as behind as it may seem. They're generally CSing very well, aside from Twitch being behind. Somebody help please going to go in a little deep here.
Somebody help please goes in a little deep for this kill. He does find his way out. Nice heal and a Q.
Ooh,
that's a turret shot though, and that's just too bad. As he tried to get in there all sneaky, and instead he got kind of just hit on there. This might be kind of, oh, that's a good dash over the wall by Horrorwood. He was keeping himself safe. I was waiting for that dash to come through as he was on an interesting side of the rift, but keeps himself out of trouble.
Yeah, there's good CS coming from the mid lane and top lane for sure. Not overwhelming. And then we didn't really have time to comment on it, but the Rift Herald did also get used top, which gave the Urgot a couple of plates as well, worth of gold. So BVU a little bit behind, but not out of this game at all. So it's going to be interesting to see as we get closer kind of to this mid game how things are going to start to play out, because some of these power items for the Twitch and the Caitlyn start to come online. Horwood getting poked out as he's trying to back them.
Yeah, he's just a man trying to back, and
he's a chicken trying to back.
I guess he's just a chicken trying to back. He's just a chicken trying to back, get to his blue buff. Just an old man. And the Bug having a really good time now, actually, up here on the Sejuani. Sejuani's starting to come online for him as he's really able just to bully him down. The Urgot takes that close-up fight, and it turns into a, oh yeah, by the way, I'm just gonna, stun you and then do massive chunks of damage for literally nothing. So I'm very excited to see the mid part of this game once kind of the first turrets crack and we get to see, what the rotations are gonna look like. A nice rotation right here, CUNE looking for this Drake, and they should get it pretty easily. I don't think Chaotic Thunder is going to be able to get over the wall to grab it in time, and he will not. So it is going to be Concordia taking the first two Drakes, and now, ooh, Mountain Drake rising, as this one is going to be pretty important for both sides to want to stare down going into this late game. And Concordia already up 2 Drakes and having both the fire and the a fire and a Chemtech drink on their side. First turret destroyed. It is in the bot lane, but that's not going to go unpunished because it just can't. And they are going to put down as many traps as possible. There's the suppress going over the wall. Chaotic Thunder gets 1 kill. Actually, sorry, it'll be taken by the Twitch. And a double kill going over to the Twitch. As El Gringazo does end up going the anti-tank item. I guess I'm a little surprised just because there is the, on the other side, I mean, it's going to be BF sword pretty easily over there. But we'll have to see. I think they're betting a little bit more on Chaotic Thunder and the little turd being a little bit more of a turd than what I think he's going to be in this game. So, a little interesting to see how that plays out. Yeah. I definitely think it's a good item if those guys are big. And right now, the little turd is going to get ganked on here. Chaotic Thunder, though, coming up. He can't really do anything, though, especially against somebody help please and the Bug at the same time. Especially if he tries to ult the Bug like he did previously. Horrorwood having to flash out here. And, oh, he's going to find his way out. That should be good for him, but meanwhile, the rest of his team might be kind of in a little trouble. These things right now are getting changed up a little bit. We get to see him back randomly. I don't know what the camera's thinking right now, but Concordia taking first turret bot means that their bot lane is going to show up mid here. And this is going to be an opportunity that if they take it, they're going to go on to El Gringazo as hard as possible, and they do find him. The Twitch, finding yet another kill. He's 5-1 currently, and it is just an absolute pain in the Caitlyn's booty.
Yeah, and this is kind of where Twitch really starts to power spike, because he's got the Blade of the Rune King, so he gets those first 2 attacks off, and then you're slowed. He's got increased attack speed, he's got sustain. He's got the shield from the Lulu as well, and maybe the ult.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming through onto the bug here. Somebody help please is here, but so is Chaotic Thunder. Chaotic Thunder ults him under turret, and with just the last little burst of damage, it does find the kill onto the bug. And pushing up now is the rest of his squad. Somebody help please will be here, but that turret is not going to be very long for this world. So BVU will answer back. It takes 2 Rift Heralds to take the turret, and now possible opportunity for it to hit this next turret, which would be unfortunate. Concordia trying to stop that right now. Somebody help please should be able to keep him off that back, but this Twitch is an absolute menace right now to the Concordia squad. Nicely found out there that time, but once again, he just pulls off the R and finds the Caitlyn again. And now it's going to come down to the team fights, as right now the Caitlyn cannot solo this Twitch. And in the team fights, will they be able to find the Twitch in time to get the kill? Chaotic Thunder starting to steal away some of these camps, and the counter jungling is going along as they want it to.
Yeah, and this is kind of another reason why I'm a little iffy on the Kraken pick. I'm sure Gringazo has their reasons for going Kraken, but I just can't help but feel like Gale Force or even Shield Bow to just, you know, give you that little extra defense against the Twitch execute with the his E after he procs all those stacks, you know. But we'll wait. We'll see. It could be that Gringazo just wants the attack speed from the extra items that he's going to be building. You know, the Kraken Slayer giving extra attack speed for those other mythics. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. I'm interested to see what build the Urgot's kind of going to go, because I've found a very fun new ARAM build with Urgot. With the Heart Steal, the one that gives you extra health every time you proc it. Yeah, so you do that, and you do Titanic, and then you just walk into the enemy team with your little auto shooter on, and anytime it comes up, it just procs automatically. And so in ARAM, you just get so huge so quickly. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
We've got our first team fight shaping up here, and right now CUNE doing exactly what they are supposed to. They are trying to pick apart this team with as much poke comp as they can. Meanwhile, on the backside here is the Twitch. Can they get on him in time? They try to flick everything onto him as soon as he shows up, but he's able to kind of get away. Shutdown comes through, though, as they are able to get the kill in the end. That's going to be now the Lulu getting dodged onto. She is also going to go down. The Bug and somebody help please, the only ones left up. And now, after a little bit of a chaotic fight, they had to turn immediately onto that Twitch. And it turns out a 3-4-2 with the Dragon still up. Concordia still thinking like they've got the advantage here for right now. Urgot is coming back into this right now, and here he is. They got to slow him down. The Bug is incredibly low. That will just be nothing but an Urgot ultimate away. Somebody help, please. Also going to go down.
Oh, so close.
And Chaotic does find that kill. Viscount Nox goes incredibly low, and Little Turd, I mean, he doesn't have ult up yet, but he definitely is looking for that opportunity. As Concordia has to give up that Drake, for now. And honestly, what won them that fight was the fact that the Urgot was able to back and then just get himself back into the fight. However, this Drake is still happening. This is kind of nutty. I really thought Chaotic Thunder could take that faster, but I guess not.
Yeah, it's a
And
Warwick, and I would have expected Warwick to finish that off.
yeah, no, I kind of was expecting that as well. Chaotic Thunder is here. He's going to get suppressed, or suppressing Horrorwood. Not getting suppressed himself, and oh my gosh, that was actually weird. I don't really know how he got the kill with his R, I guess, yeah. But Little Turd definitely had dibs on that.
The R did enough damage to the shield from the Lex that the Twitch poison, I believe, killed him.
There you go. That's why you're here. You're here to catch.
The story I'm going with.
You're here to catch the things that I'm like, that could be the case, right? Yeah, no. So Concordia right now was in the lead, trying hard now to get back into this, because right now they are not winning these team fights. They have to account better for the Twitch in these team fights, and immediately somebody help please has to be on him. And then right on top of that, you got to have the burst damage from either Horrorwood or Boogie Woogie taking him out of the fight before he can pop any one of those three of the softer individuals from Concordia. And once again, coming in and pulling the flash from Caitlyn will be that Twitch. So that's kind of how things are going to have to go down. And so we'll see what opportunities Concordia has. This is a really good engage right onto the very soft underbelly of Viscount Nox, and nicely done by Concordia. They're able to find a pick that was pretty big. If they can find the Twitch, they'll be able to get a lot more for this. Now, Concordia has a couple options. They really should push up mid, all as a group right now. On the other side, they're just kind of looking to try to do anything they can to sort of distract until maybe a Baron opportunity would open itself up, which they can do it pretty quickly. Nicely done there. Good stun. Can they find more? They're not going to be able to find quite enough yet. The bug is going to go pretty low. However, there's a lot of low members on the other side as well. The ultimate from the Lulu used to try and keep the Twitch alive. Mr. Boogie Woogie has zero escapability if his flash is not up from that Twitch. So it's going to be really important from Concordia to have somebody help please, or any other member try to hop on him first. But
right I think what you really need at this point is you need Bug leading out these team fights, looking for those picks. And personally, as fed as this Twitch is right now, I definitely understand the Thornmail, but personal preference, I would actually go for a Frozen Heart here, since you know that as soon as that Twitch pops out, unless he's behind his team, he's probably going to be closer to you than he should be. You get that Frozen Heart, you get that AoE, you slow down his attack speed, which is going to slow down his damage, and give you more time to respond to his burst, as opposed to just everybody getting nuked immediately. I'm not against the Thornmail at all. I just think that Frozen Heart in this matchup has a lot of value for the Sejuani. And the Sejuani just needs to be leading these fights out, looking for the Twitch, and trying to catch the Twitch, because that's what the Twitch is doing. So,
no, I'll back you up on that. I think the Thornmail's not a great idea, just because who's the Twitch attacking? Not the Sejuani. He's definitely going to be looking more for those backline targets. So you almost want to be able to, with the Frozen Heart, immediately hop on him, and anything he throws at you then would immediately stop him. Because right now, he'll just go, oh, cool, you're building a Thornmail. Well, I wasn't attacking you anyways, so not really a big deal. That's kind of going to be the problem for right now. Is just going to be the fact that the Twitch really doesn't care about a Thornmail if he's not even looking at that target for the Thornmail. So we'll see what happens here, as the next Drake is going to come up here in less than a minute. And Concordia looking to just sort of hang back at the moment. They do not have any vision on this, and so that's going to make things really scary if you are looking for a Twitch who is going to be in Viz and definitely be on the backside here. Somebody help, please. Might be in a little bit of trouble. And here comes the Twitch, as they're on the wrong side of the fight is going to be El Gringazo initially, and that's a really great cleanse. He's had cleanse this whole time because he's into a lane with a Lux, and nicely done. Concordia gets one. Now they'll find a second kill. Can they get more for their money? As they do find Chaotic Thunder's flash, and this Drake could be as good as CUNE's. Really just kind of
that was
yeah. Go
for
ahead.
what it was, that actually played out very well for CUNE.
It was just kind of a chaotic engage. The Twitch came around the corner, and I guess just wasn't really expecting all of Concordia to be that far back still. Must have been expecting them to be a little bit further towards the inside of Baron, and the bug won't get pulled in by the backside. And nice ultimate there. Again, Chaotic Thunder tries to get in the middle of this to get that shutdown. Won't do so, but that is a big kill there as the bug goes down. Now, will he be able to get this? Red team will get it. That means Concordia has taken the third Drake. Nicely done from the members of Concordia to stop, to get themselves onto Soul Point here very shortly.
Yeah. One other thing that Sejuani could do, and I think it really would just be Sejuani. I don't think the Wukong would enough help to really do it. Sejuani could also potentially invest in a Knight's Vow, and whoever Concordia really expects to either get focused or who they need to carry and protect in these fights, attach that Knight's Vow to him so that Sejuani can help soak some of that initial burst damage that's coming in from the Twitch or the Victor. You know, things like that to just, you know, if the Caitlyn doesn't have the survivability she needs, or your Azir needs some extra just defense in the fight so that he can feel better about going in and looking for big walls, you know, things like that. You know, just a nice little utility item. And I like building it because I'm a support man. I build it on a lot of the tankier supports I play, because that's what I usually play through. I like my AD carry to carry, or if nothing else, have somebody else that I can attach it to do that work as well. So.
And right now, I mean, yeah, it's going to be how much can the Sejuani frontline, and honestly, it's really just down to how quickly can they all react to the Twitch when he shows up out of Invis, because in every one of these fights, it has been literally, oh, you'll find the Twitch because he's within melee range of you. Boogie Woogie right now going to walk into this and immediately gets ulted down. That's a flash, but he actually will screw it up, and he doesn't get it over the wall. So regardless, he finds the double kill, and that is going to mean Baron on the line. And Concordia is going to continue just to push bot. I think they're going to mostly go for the steal here and allow the bug down bot lane to try and get as much distance as he possibly can. So we'll see what Concordia can do here in this smite fight scenario. Somebody help please is over the wall, and they will not be able to get the steal this time. Down bot side, Viscount Nox has a really strong ultimate, and the bug doesn't have anything against anti-magic resist, so unfortunately he will go down in that situation. And so across the board, a big L, unfortunately, for Concordia.
Yeah, as soon as that Victor teleports down to answer that, I think you just back out. I think Bug definitely got a little greedy, and the Victor just capitalized on it. Because like you said, the Sejuani doesn't have any magic resist set at this point. The Sejuani now opting into a Immolation Gem. I believe that's called the Sunfire
It's going to be the Sunfire, the Sunfire cape build into there. Kindle Gem.
Kindle Gem, there you go.
Kindle Gem, yeah. Oh,
No.
frick. Balmy Cinder.
Cinder, we're both wrong. Cool.
What? Was it Kindle Gem before it was Balmy Cinder? Maybe I'm just absolutely
Kindle Gem is
off
the
my hinge right now. That's the...
Kindle Gem's still in the game. It's
yeah.
It upgrades from the Ruby Crystal. It's one of the
it
health
does.
things.
So it is a health thing, but yeah, wow, jeez. And I call myself the coach of a League of Legends team. Anyways, it's going to be a nice, easy turret take there in the top lane. Probably going to see them crack open this mid lane turret as well. It has no health anyways, so why not just crack it down? The last one that will be the secondary inhib is going to be that bot lane, and Twitch is currently down there working on it. Now, the worst thing that can happen right now for CUNE is to allow them to crack a inhibitor turret. But behind that, I think that there could be a really good opportunity here for them to try and fight around this upcoming Drake. And by that, Mr. Boogie Woogie being incredibly low is not going to help that situation, but he should be able to back and get down there in time before anything really bad happens, I would imagine. But right now, Concordia kind of waiting for this situation to happen, as everybody is going to wait for Dragon to come up. And honestly, Concordia could ignore this one. They could let this Dragon go by the wayside. But if you take the opportunity and find a good team fight before the Dragon, then maybe you've got something. You know, maybe there's an opportunity to crack this game back open in your direction. As right now, they are down a little bit over 5,000 gold, and with the Twitch being mid, there is an opportunity. That's going to be a big engage going forward onto El Gringazo. He'll throw his ultimate down, and he's going to be very low and out of this fight, but oh my gosh, really, really close. Good ult there for Mr. Boogie Woogie, trying to push this Twitch down into no health territory. Meanwhile, the Dragon has been started up. Mr. The Bug is going to be in the vicinity, but that's going to be it going over, and unfortunately, the Bug is going to be taken out. Little Turd finding his third kill here. Chaotic Thunder looking for anything else he can. I don't know if he went around the corner wrong or what kind of happened there, but it looked like he was going to look for another kill and just did not find it. So they will be not able to pick up the second turret. Or, excuse me, as I said that, a turret went down, so I switched from my brain from Dragon to turret. So Concordia needs to find, I think, a better situation for these team fights. And I think a lot of that belongs to the team needing to group up and find the Twitch and not kind of be quite as spread out as they are. I think somebody help please being like the initial target for the Twitch is great because he can just clone and get himself out of there. But it was in that fight kind of tough because they didn't get the kill on him, so there wasn't like any true pressure created from it. It was kind of just a rough fight all around.
Yeah, I definitely think CUNE is getting to the understanding that they need to be looking for the Twitch. You know, they were very wary about pushing up into that Dragon area without being able to see the Twitch, because the past couple times, you know, they've been blindsided by that Twitch. Oh
my gosh, Mr. Boogie Woogie is going to go down here as he's walking out a little bit too far. He's not a tank. He's not going to be able to walk into whatever he wants to on the other side. So unfortunate situation there. And now knocking on the inhibitor turret will be BVU, with the understanding that Baron is up here in 50 seconds.
I'll be right under.
Yeah, I think at the start of that last engage there, it was obvious that CUNE, at least it felt obvious to me that CUNE was kind of looking for the Twitch, and it was somebody help please obviously that found him, and they were able to capitalize on that. So if they keep with that mentality, then Twitch is going to be forced. Twitch is either going to die, or he's going to have to start playing safer and root closer to his team, which the team can still provide a lot of support. You know, there's a lot of damage in the Victor. You've got some CC and damage from the Warwick and the Urgot respectively. Yeah, it's just going to be smart played fights going forward. And they have to try and keep eyes on the Twitch as much as possible. You know, if you're gonna push forward, be trying to have those pink wards around to try and help you keep sight of
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how I feel about the Sejuani split pushing.
The Sejuani split pushing is going to happen because Mr. Boogie Woogie has no flash, so he cannot get away. And honestly, the Sejuani split pushing is just happening because it's like, well, what else is she going to do? That's a really big flash forward for the Twitch, and he's going to get a lot of shielding, so he is not going to be in any danger at all in that front line. Sejuani does get that bot turret for Concordia, which is big, but unfortunately, it is just probably not going to be enough. Honestly, Concordia has to fight for this next Drake to try to make this game even possible. And
Yep.
it's starting now to really be we're going to have more of a, 6 to 7K gold lead. And on top of that, you really are trying to find any sort of option that you got. You can't have the Lux step forward. You can't have Horrorwood or Gringazo step forward. You're going to have one of your tanks stepping up, and that is unfortunately not the target you want to step forward. Gringazo going to get hit. Now, he hits hard back, but without his ultimate, Twitch doesn't really have the burst power. He's going to have his ultimate up here for this next fight, so opportunity for him there. Just every time he goes invis, it feels like there is the opportunity for a pick to happen against Concordia. So he'll be hiding there in the corner. The Caitlyn was not able to back, which is actually a pretty big deal right now, as it's going to be a lot of damage. Now, that's actually an ultimate from the Victor, and he's going to just shove out completely both Horrorwood and Mr. Boogie Woogie out of this situation. The Drake is going to spawn here, and so now here we go. Concordia down to a make it or break it situation, and they want to make it, especially here in game 1 of this series. And without even being able to step up past their own river, they won't be able to take this fight at all. And so now you get the opportunity for BVU to be on Soul Point, and right now they have been controlling this game incredibly well. I think early on when Concordia was kind of winning some of the early stuff, it was going to be a little bit harder for them, but just with this Twitch being 11-3, it's literally them being able to just walk forward and take advantage of his strength. And the fact that he literally is just kind of not targetable until he's seen, and it's going to be really tough to find him in these fights.
Yeah, it is a little bit of that. We've also obviously talked about the itemization from the Sejuani and from the Caitlyn as well. The Caitlyn's Kraken is working out a little bit better with the Urgot going for more tank as opposed to just a health bruiser build. Actually investing in good engagements.
This is a really good engagement so far from Concordia. They're going to try to move forward with this, as that's a big pick onto Chaotic Thunder on the opposing side, but with that Baron empowered backing, they're not going to be in a lot of trouble for now, as we'll see a bit of a reset here from Concordia. That's a good pick, finding the jungler, but with no major objectives on the Rift, it's literally just going to kind of mean that somebody help please gets access to his jungle again. It's not going to be much more than that, but we'll see how Concordia goes forward with this, as they're still in trouble. Still only down, about 8,000 gold at the moment.
Yep. And Twitch's reached peak power spike efficiency. He's got the Runeans, he's got the IE. He's even if Concordia gets a solid team fight with the Runeans, that's just a lot of damage, and it's going to be a struggle to come back at this point, I think, for CUNE.
Yeah, it really is going to come down to a team fight where Concordia has to win it by killing the Twitch and not losing anybody on the other side, and then they'll actually have a chance at the fight. Whereas right now, this next team fight is going to happen here, and oh man, El Gringazo is going to be in trouble. He'll flash, but that is going to be him dying, so Concordia lose ones already. Horrorwood on the backside also going to die. The rest of the team tries to dive onto this boy, but with 3, now 4 members down, Concordia will not be winning game 1, and we will be heading on to game 2. with Twitch being probably the first ban.
Yeah, I think this Twitch needs a respect ban. I just for tilting purposes, like having this would be tilting for me. Even though we've talked about ways to beat it with itemization and such. I agree with this a respect ban. They had some weird starts to it that we were questioning, but once the Twitch got up and going, leading the damage charts there with the victor. So obviously showing that they feel they can afford to take silly risks like that with that champion. So
absolutely. So that'll be it for game number 1 here in this series. We'll have game number 2 coming up here in just a little while as both teams will get reset, and we'll have picks and bans for round 2. But Concordia losing this first one, and we'll be back in just a minute.